hello to my amazing Court Vibes crew. I am so thrilled and honored to be part of this group because you all are so phenomenal. And so is your fearless and the most humble leader I've ever seen, Kathy. And I just want to say a special thanks to Kathy for letting me do this. She hadn't revealed her face before. I got to be part of that, and it is so, so special to me. And I know that you guys are in a hurry to see her, so I'm not going to be too long. I just want to say this is the only version that's going to be uncut because you all need to see every moment of Kathy. But my viewership does not have the attention span that you do because you have the attention span of saints. So it'll stay in my channel as unlisted, so you can watch it as long as you have the link. I'm not going to take it down. But the cut version is going to be what comes out on my channel tomorrow. It's only going to be about 10 minutes. So you get the full version forever because I love you guys. I really do. So without further ado, here she is. Here is Kathy. Hey, everybody. I am so excited because I have Kathy from Court Vibes here with me today. Hi, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hello.
Will you tell a little bit about yourself?
Me? Okay. Um, so I have three kids. I'm the mother of three, a single mother of three. Now they're all adults now. They're 20, 22, and 24. Two of them still live with me, and the oldest moved out. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. Now she just needs to get the other two with her. But no, they still live here. Um, I'm a server right now at a local brewery, and it's a great little restaurant, not a chain. It's just like when I walk in the door, everybody's like, "Hey, Kathy."
Oh,
So
that's so
it's
nice.
fun. It's a lot of fun working there. It's not like a job.
That's
Yeah, and then I do court videos
And now court videos, realistically, how long does it take you to do the research just to put out one video?
all the time, all of my time. So yeah, even when I'm asleep, I'm recording or on a bunch of different. So I have three computers that I record on. 8, 9, 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day if California stays open late. So every day, I record all of those hours and then I have to look through all of that footage to find the clips that I find for, and that's why, um, like I planned on 40-minute lives tops. When I first got started, I've planned on like 40-minute lives, and now it's just way more than that. There's nothing I can do about it because each of these clips are like my little babies, and I don't want to give any like I don't want to cut any away. I say, no, you're not good enough. No, no, you're good enough. Come on, come on, come on into my live stream. So yeah, that's why it takes a lot of hours, a lot.
Yeah, it amazes me, but you need to find and then you find them and they're like your babies because they are the right ones, and you worked so hard to cultivate them, right?
Hmm.
And I was listening
Yeah.
to you say you like to do different judges, you like to show
Yes.
different judges than other people, so you can
Correct.
tell about that a little bit?
Yeah. So when I first started, the way that I started was I watched Law Talk with Mike. I love Law Talk with Mike because he taught me so much. And I thought these clips were great. And then I would see like a good clip and I would go find that courtroom on YouTube. And then I would start watching that courtroom and then I would find other ones. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what else. I wonder if there's, a courtroom in Pennsylvania, a courtroom in Louisiana. So I just started looking and I found more judges on YouTube that nobody else sort of covered. And I think one of the reasons that nobody else covered these is because the audio wasn't great, the video wasn't great. They only posted, from 2 to 4 on a Thursday if the moon was full or whatever. So I would find these little clips from these judges and I would send it to Mike. Um, and I kept doing that over and over and over again. And every time I sent a clip to Mike, I would have it on my YouTube page, which wasn't a channel, it was just me. Um, it was just a clip. There was no editing, there was no me talking, nothing like that. It was just 4 minutes long of this funny thing. And when I would do that, I would put it in his Discord that he wants where you put all the clips, and then people from his channel would come to my channel to watch the clip. Um, so I started getting subscribers. My subscriber count started to grow a little bit, little bit, little bit. And then one day Mike talked to me through Discord, and he's like, "Hey, you know, if you're going to get monetized, you can't do what you're doing. You have to alter the video in some way. You have to talk. You have to do something to alter the video, or you're going to get nailed for YouTube's reuse policy, which is no joke because right now I'm nailed for YouTube's reuse policy.
Oh,
But so I made the channel Court Vibes, and then I started doing videos, not lives. I started doing videos on my crappy old laptop, and um, the audio was horrible. The graphics card was terrible, um, and nobody was happy at first, especially because the clips I were getting were from YouTube, but they were the crappy ones from YouTube, you know. So, but the more I started, you know, looking at these things, the more I started finding other courtrooms completely that weren't on YouTube at all. And I was like, wow, this isn't even on YouTube. Nobody knows this right here. Nobody knows this judge. Nobody ever sees this. So I had my own channel by then. So I was still using YouTube um, judges back then, but not the big ones, not Manning, not Van, not Simpson. I was going to. From the beginning, I planned on doing that, just like every other one. But I sort of got down a rabbit hole with these other um, judges from other courts. And then I thought, there's no point. There's no point of doing those judges because everybody does them. The same clip is on a couple different, channels every single day. So I didn't bother. I don't bother doing them at all. Every once in a while, I think, you know what, I'm gonna do Judge Manning today and see what my vibers think. But no, I just never do because I have too many other judges, and that's how I found Judge Fleischer. So it was weird because
that was huge.
when I had that link for Harris County saved in my I have a lot of courts saved. I have a lot of courts bookmarked. And I had that saved for a while. And there's 4 judges that stream from Harris County. There's 3 that stream in the criminal and 1 that streams in the civil. Well, civil's way more drama than criminal a lot of times. So I watch the civil more before I even saw Fleischer. And then when I watched the criminal, I always watched Juanita. Sorry, because like she always has so much going on in her courtroom. Everybody's always talking, and she's surrounded by people. And I thought, okay, this is drama. Um, I don't know how I missed Fleischer because I got Juan, and he's just too straight laced and follows the rules and everything. So I didn't even see Fleischer for months. And then one day I saw him, and I was like, someone said I was gushing in the comments because I was like, wait till you see this judge on YouTube. You guys are gonna love this judge. And then I did a special preview, and I did not show his face in the special preview. I only the voice, only the courtroom and his voice, because I wanted people to hear him, hear how he is with people before they saw how spectacular he was, with the bow tie and everything. He didn't have a bow tie then, that first one. So I did that premiere clip, and everybody saw it. And then I put his face on my regular live stream. Trying to remember if I was monetized then, and I think I no, okay, so I put that on my live stream. I was monetized then at the but they took all that. They took that all those days away from me. Don't worry. They took everything YouTube. But that same day there was another judge that I put in members only area, and I'm like, look guys, everybody's going to love Fleischer. Fleischer's out there. But then there's this other judge that is so good, and he is not as spectacular and passionate as Fleischer is, but he's so good. And I put him in my members only area. But I'm gonna get more clips from this other judge, and we're gonna like him real soon. You'll see.
And now other people are using Fleischer.
Yeah. Oh, that's great because everybody should get to see him. He's awesome. He's amazing. Like a goat.
He is, oh my gosh. Yes. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So we've got questions. We've got personal questions about you because, oh, and let's get to that. All right. So, I follow several of the court YouTubers. I don't know what is their official name for this. I don't even know, to be honest. That's what I call court YouTube. I don't know. So,
Sounds
the
good to
one
me.
thing that makes you stand out, it has nothing to do with subscriber count or numbers of any way.
It's my
Your
professionalism.
your following is hands down like passionate about you in a way that I've not seen.
So when you asked to interview me the first thing I felt was guilt because like I'm not court vibes. They are. Like my mods and my chat and my vibers, they are way more court vibes than I am because I play court videos, but the chat and the community and what they say and what they do is way better than anything I post in a video. It's just so great. They come together so great. Everybody loves each other. 100%, except for that one guy, but no, I'm joking.
There's always one guy.
Yeah. But no, it's just that the whole community is just so, so good.
Or yours. And okay,
Yeah.
so you just answered the question by not answering the question, and that's why they love you so much. Because you're humble, and there's a lot to be said about that because you are spending so much time, and like you said, even when you weren't getting monetized, just to get this out, just so people could see,
Yeah.
and you genuinely love your people. And
Oh, yeah.
one thing that you put in there today, because I had asked for questions, and Fozzie said, "No question here, but I wanted to let you know something about Kathy. She asked us all to leave a comment today about what's going good in our life."
Yeah,
Who
that was
does
so
that? Who
good.
cares? Freaking Kathy does. And the reason is because you care about your people.
Oh, yeah.
You're not saying just subscribe and just get your friends to subscribe. You're saying, "Hey, how are you doing today?"
I've never asked for people to hit like and subscribe. Never. Maybe in my first videos, I don't know, but you'll never hear me say hit that like button. You'll never hear me say subscribe. I do say go to my Patreon because I have Fleischer whole videos there. I do say go to my Discord because I got memes. I got memes all over. Somebody put a memes page up in my Discord, and now I just can't stop posting.
Oh,
I think they're gonna ban me from my own Discord any day now if I don't stop, but I can't stop because I have memes.
hold on. And I can't get to it right now and still talk, but I'm going to tell you the one that you posted, it was yesterday or the day before, about making your your ex-husband's things into motivational posters. Did you make that or did you
No,
find it?
I found it.
I
So,
was like, girl, if I hadn't asked you to interview you before, I would have after seeing that because that hit a chord with me. I was
isn't that
like,
so
yes.
funny? Yep.
It was so hysterical. So if you have not seen it, oh my gosh, I'll find it and I'll put it in the notes is what I'll do. Because what it is it's taking mean texts that you get from an ex and you put them like on a beach scene or something. Oh my gosh, hysterical.
So funny.
You make a calendar out of that. Oh my
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I
oh my
got
gosh,
it.
you make a court calendar. Oh, something to think about. Okay, these
Yeah.
are the things. Okay. So let's see. Okay, now we'll get to personal questions because we're talking about you as a fabulous human being. What is your master's degree in? Fozzie wants to know. Can you share?
Yes. So it's computer security.
Okay.
I'm a hacker. I'm a certified ethical hacker, and I got all the things that you need for a master's degree in computer security. I'm certified in I got all it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what it is. It's computer security.
That rocks. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes it really exciting. Okay. Now, moving on to how many pets do you have?
Oh, man. Okay. So it started with my eldest daughter. She made the honor roll mm, 8 years ago. And I'm like, "Okay, that's awesome. What do you want? I'll get you something. What do you want?" She goes, "I want a dog." I said, "No. We're not getting a dog because I don't have enough time to take care of a dog. We can't get a dog." "Mom, I'll take care of the dog, whatever, whatever." "Okay, fine." So now I own a dog. Um, and she moved out, and I still own a dog. Right there she is. Sorry. So then I did have one cat and one dog because I went to work every day and I didn't want my dog to be all alone. And there was no way I was getting two dogs. No. So I got a cat and she passed away like a year and a half ago, maybe. She passed away. And then I'm like, okay, that's it. My dog's 8 years old right now. After she's, passed away, that's it. No more animals for me. My kids are growing up. I don't want to take care of anybody anymore. I don't want to do anything. So that's it. Well, then my niece found this tiny little kitten
Aw.
in another town near me, and this cat was close to dead when we found it. It had like lost almost all of its fur, and um, she was just so tiny. You could tell she was a runt. Well, my niece took the cat, and it didn't work out because this cat was really sick and everything. So I said, "Give me that cat." Funny story is, if a cat has ringworm, it takes 14 days for the human to develop ringworm. And during that time, ringworm gets passed around to everybody. So, what we didn't know at the time, she had the cat for a week. They all got ringworm, all of them, everybody in that household, and all of her cats and everybody had ringworm. Then I got the cat, and I knew that her fur was falling off. There was huge patches with no fur. So after so we treated her and everything for things like ringworm, you know not knowing she had ringworm until we were all covered with fungus. But once we got everybody treated and huge tubes of whatever that stuff is the doctor gives you, and the cat was treated, then her fur started to grow back and everything. So she's like a her name is Ziva. Um, and she's like, Ziva, she's a assassin. So that's like my cat. Well,
Okay.
my cat sneaks out a lot, so she goes out. She got pregnant. Then my niece found other stray kittens, and then she had 9 cats at her house. And I'm like, no, that's too much. You can't live like that. So I took 2 of them, but I didn't get them fixed fast enough, and one of them got pregnant. So I got kittens everywhere. I have 3 orange kittens, 2 orange adults, and then Ziva, and then I have my little furball Lafayette, which I can't believe isn't tearing down my background right now. And then I have my dog, and that's it. No more animals. No.
That-
Okay, maybe.
all right. So
Probably getting more animals.
oh my gosh. Well, that may help answer the next question, which is how do you stay so positive and happy during these crazy times?
Well, I mean, I had a rough life. I did. I had a rough life from the beginning, and that's how. Because you either sink or swim, and you either get angry and bring everybody else down and make your life worse, or you just rise above whatever that is, and then like, okay, that's there, but I'm here. No one ever calls me, and now I get 2 calls. So yeah, so that stuff is there, and it doesn't matter what happens to me right now. It's over there. I'm apart from it. um So, yeah, I'm only happy. I don't I don't really there's hardly ever do I get angry, or, you know, I get annoyed at my customers because they're, sometimes annoying, but I still laugh and talk to them. I still make them laugh. I make them laugh so much, because, you know, I can't go there. I can't go to sad and all that anymore. I've done too much of it. It's done. I'm done with it.
Yep, and I think, I wholeheartedly agree that it's a decision, Some of us has been through some things, and,
Ugh,
and one of my kids was asking me, "Why does it seem like we have so many things happen?" And I said, "But, you can make a choice, right? You can wallow in
mhm.
it,
Yep.
or you can take it and use it to help other people," which
Yep.
is what you're doing because you're saying, "You know what? I've had enough of that. I'm going to share happiness with other people and make their
Yes.
lives better,"
Yes.
right?
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, that's and I think that is so good, and so if you're listening and you've had a lot of bad things happen and you're super angry, you can choose to live that way,
Yeah.
but it's not as fun at all.
And yes, you're right. If it makes you feel any better, your anger is justified. And you're right. So be angry and then live like that. I'm right. If I'm angry every day right now, I'm right because none of that stuff that ever happened to me was okay. Nothing was okay. But I'm only hurting the anger doesn't hurt anything that happened. It doesn't change it. It doesn't hurt anybody, or it just hurts me and
Yeah,
my family and my life and my goals and everything because I'm just so wrapped up in anger and bitterness, and I can get better. I do. And petty, I do. But I always do it in a fun way. So, like like my manager at work, if he tells us, to use less napkins because we're giving out too many, then I'll give the next table a stack. I just do it in funny ways, not breaking people's windows with a baseball bat type of way.
and because we all have feelings, yeah, but there's no
Yeah.
it doesn't do you good, and, that's one thing too I try to tell my son is and then this is exactly what you do. You're having a bad day, but you still smile at people, and what happens when you smile at them? They smile back,
Yep.
and you say nice things, and they say nice things back, and
Yes.
then you're in a better mood, right?
Yep.
But if you're snapping, people are not gonna be so kind and loving,
No, and you just make things worse for yourself.
yeah.
I try not. I just if I'm in a hole, I do not dig deeper. That's the last thing I do is dig deeper when I find myself in a hole. I get out of the hole. Well, no matter what it is.
See, we got life lessons with Kathy. It's a
Yeah.
whole new thing, life vibes. It's a new channel.
Don't ever listen to my advice.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, the only other question that is here is, how and I don't think it's a question. It says, "How cool is it to have the court coordinator and court clerk, the Judge Fleischer
Oh
in
my
your live
gosh,
stream?"
that is awesome.
Okay.
That is amazing. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Wow.
Did they come on?
Yeah,
I must
well,
have missed
they're in our chat. They're in our Discord. So
oh,
they're
I
in our
missed that.
chat when we do live streams, like all the time. They're vibers now, and then they're in the Discord, which seldom because they're not used to Discord. And I wasn't either. I dabbled in it before to be cool for my kids, but I didn't really do anything with Discord before until Discord vibes. It's the extras that make it a job. If I could just find videos and post videos, but I when I first set up the Discord, then it became a job because I had to figure out, "Oh, no, how do I do this? How do I do that?" I had to Google, I had a little research, but then I figured it out. Fozzie took my hand the whole time. He's like, "Hey, you have to." There was just one channel when I first opened it up. It was just one text channel. He's like, "Hey, you have to, get this channel. You have to get this channel. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do these with the mod settings." Like he would send me screenshots of how I need to change my settings in Discord to make it correct. Because people are like, "Oh, I can't paste a link or I can't do this, I can't do that." And I'm like, I don't know. It works for me. The worst part about Discord, though, was the link, the invite link. Stupid Discord is like, okay, here's a link, but it's going to expire in 7 days. So the link stopped working over and over and over again. Even though I made it permanent, it still wasn't working. But now I think we got it. We're good. Thank you, Fozzie. Thank you.
Yeah, Fozzie is amazing. And Yeah, I did not want to go on Discord. People kept saying go to Discord, and it was just for the court things that I went there. And now I'm getting it, and it's so funny because my kids are like, "Oh my gosh, you're on Discord. All our YouTuber friends are on Discord, or the people we watch on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm there, because that's where the YouTubers go." And they're like, "Oh my gosh," it's so funny to them that I'm doing YouTube because apparently I'm ancient, and ancient people can't be on
Same.
there. But
Yep.
you know what? Yes, we can. I think we can do all the things.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
anyway, so okay, and your kids, we talked a little bit about personal life. We won't dig too deep, but you have children?
Yes, I have Victoria's my oldest. Um, she works at a bank, which is just crazy to say because she's very I didn't teach her this because I always had many jobs. I never I mean, with when her growing up, well, it was just me, so I definitely had 2 jobs because we had to pay the bills. And I got my college degree after I had my kids. Both of them, my bachelor's and my master's. So, I was always working and working hard and working with them and, doing what I had to do while they were with me, while I was parenting. Um, but she grew up like, "No, I don't know why I have to work. This system is terrible, blah, blah, blah." So she would take these jobs, serving and things and working at a vape shop and things like that where it wasn't really it was just a part-time thing here and there. She wasn't committed. She called in all the time. And she's like, that's their problem if I call in. It's their business. It's not my business. I don't care if they're not covered. That's their problem. They need to find enough people to cover if someone calls in or whatever. That's her was her mindset. Now she works at a bank and she absolutely won't call in because it's a real career. And I was worried that she wasn't going to get a job because she has a lot of tattoos. And growing up for me, we were like a girl shouldn't get tattooed. Growing up, when I was growing up, that was not okay, and you were never going to get a job. But now she got a job at a bank, and she's doing great, and she loves it. And then my middle one, she has her own business, and she's an artist, so she designs pins and stickers and things like that. She draws the art, and then so you can't really make enamel pins like that in the US for some reason. I don't know. So she has to send her art to I don't Japan, I think. I think. Don't it's not like you guys are gonna know if I'm lying or not. Japan. So she sent it to Japan, and then she has to wait months for them to make these enamel pins to bring back so that she can sell them. But she's got the greatest stuff. I mean, it's so funny. She has a little frog um, set where it's the alphabet. A is for arson, B is for battery, C is. It is so good. It is so funny. Um, she has K is potassium. It's just so good. So yeah, she does that. And then my son, all right. So my son is an esports guy. He does esports, but he doesn't just do esports. Like he got a scholarship to college for esports. He goes to Fisher College in Boston for esports. And he's trying out right now for a professional esports team because he's really good. He's really loud and obnoxious and toxic. Like I try to mute him when I do my streams because he's downstairs screaming and yelling and pounding because of this video game. But no, he's really good. He's a outstanding gamer. So he's also a dishwasher. But I told him, I said, you know who else is a dishwasher? Bruce Lee. And I love that so much that almost every time he comes out front, because he works with me, almost every time he comes out front, I tell him that same thing, and he hates it. But
Everyone starts somewhere.
the customers like it. So yeah, that's my son. And then I also have another daughter, not really, she's my niece. Jessica. She's the oldest. She's going to be 33 in a couple days. Um, and she's my younger sister's daughter. However, my younger sister got pregnant like when she was like 14 or whatever. So I took Jessica and I raised her for X amount of years. And then my sister took Jessica back. And then um, she was with my sister. I don't speak with my sister ever. We don't speak. So I missed a lot of Jessica's growing up. I was still there. I still got to see Jessica, not my sister, but Jessica. But some events happened in the last 2 years that Jessica no longer speaks to my sister, her mother, anymore. So now she's, she only talks to me. So that's my other my daughter niece, my niece daughter, and she has a son, Connor. That's mine. He's I'm not his grandmother, but I'm his grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And it just goes to show too about, just your heart and where you're at. And that's why everyone loves Kathy. So that is so incredible. Well, is there anything that you'd like to say to your audience or to my audience or somebody, I don't know, and maybe give them a little bit of inspiration or hope if they're struggling? Because I feel like you're the girl for that job.
Yeah. Okay. So I get it if you're struggling. Trust me, I get it. Like, I really get it. But there's always something you can do, always. And you can always be thinking about something. Um, so I didn't know anything about court. I didn't know one thing about court just a bit ago before I started watching Law Talk with Mike. And, I just started digging and I liked it and I just, that's what I became obsessed with. I didn't know anything about computers. Well, I didn't know much about computers when I went into school for my bachelor's degree. I actually picked my husband left me with 3 kids. All right. The youngest was 8 months old. And I was actually not working at the time. So I worked at a printing press with my husband. I was an assistant pressman, and I don't know if anybody has ever seen the inside of a press room before, but you can't really work in a press room and be pregnant at the same time because it's very dangerous work and it's very strenuous work. You're all day, you're lifting and lifting and lifting. Um, Chemicals everywhere. There's all kinds of chemicals. So when I was working there, I worked 42 12-hour days in a row once and nobody blinked. So, I got pregnant. I should back up. The the press that I worked on, there's the press in the Bindtree, okay? 266 employees in the press room. 3 of them are women, 1 of them was me. So it's not a place where they had to deal with pregnancy often, ever, ever. So I got pregnant with my oldest. Someone had to cover me for 10 months. They had to work my shifts. Everybody had to work overtime for, almost a year to cover me. They were annoyed. Well, when I got pregnant for the second time, I went on late duty because I couldn't be on the press. I couldn't be around those chemicals. And when you're on the press, you had to wear steel toe shoes. You just had to. And they saved my toes a many a time. And there's this line in front of the press, a yellow line. Once you step over that line, that means you're on the press and you need to wear your safety gear, earplugs, and the steel toes and everything like that. Well, when I went on light duty, I worked in the offices. I didn't wear my steel toes because my ankles would swell up over the top of my steel toes. And no one else in the offices wore a steel toed. If they don't go onto the press room, you don't have to wear a steel toed. Well, I remember I went in one day and my manager looked at my feet and said, "Oh, those aren't steel toed. You're fired." And that was it. I got fired. So I was, very pregnant when I got fired, and I couldn't get a job. I couldn't just go out and get a job. I was very pregnant, and I had another kid at home, and da 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 da. So I started designing websites and selling them and earning plenty of money. I was making like 10,000 a quarter back then. That was, a-okay. So that's when my husband left me. So I didn't have a job. I had 3 kids. Um, we worked together for these websites. I was writing the code, which I never touched code before. I didn't know how to write code, but it's just HTML. So I picked it up. It was fine. Um, we didn't, it was just HTML back then. This was back in the early 2000s. So I was designing websites. He left. He was the salesperson. So I lost all the customers because I couldn't go out there and ask people for money. I hate when people give me money. So um, I looked in this occupational handbook of, you know, what jobs pay $100,000. And I could have chosen any of those jobs. Any of them, pick them. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go with computers. So, I went into college and I went into debt. I'm in so much debt right now. I'll never get out of it for my school loans. And I was really good at it. I was really good at computers. I was really good at algorithms. I was really good at coding. I was really good at understanding and the entire how the machine worked, how the code worked. So, um, yeah, I easily got my master's degree, and I didn't, that wasn't a lifelong dream. That was something I just picked out of a book one day. I didn't know about courts. That was just something I found on YouTube one day. Um, so I never ran a food truck before, and I had no desire to, but my niece wanted to. So that's what I'm doing. No matter how low you get, there is always something you can do that you've never done before, even if you don't know how to do it. It means nothing. I have my state inspection license for cars. I've rebuilt motors before. I didn't know how to rebuild a motor. I rebuilt motors before. Um, there's always something you can do. So no matter how low you get, keep going towards opportunities, even weird opportunities, not multi-level marketing. Don't do that. Other opportunities, do those.
Any other opportunity.
Any other
Well,
opportunities. Yes.
stay out of the adult education, yeah. But almost any. Yeah. No, those are really good. Those are really good pieces. I love that because it's true, right? And the things I'm doing, I didn't know how to do it.
Yep.
People think you don't know how to do it, and
Yeah.
you can do anything.
Yes.
And plus, we've got YouTube now. You can
Me
learn a
too.
skill. You can
PhD in
learn
Google.
literally how to do just about anything, and then you can go to college and get, your degree or whatever for it. But yeah, I
Yep.
love that. I love it so much. You are inspirational to me and to a lot of other people. So
Thank you,
I
Jen.
just want to say thank you. I know you don't see yourself that way,
No,
which is
I
why
just,
I'm interviewing you, because you don't, and that's what make people just absolutely everyone loves you. So thank you, Kathy,
I
for
love
taking your
them.
time to do this today. I really
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Jen. This was fun.
It's been fun. Wow. Just wow. Oh my gosh. How amazing is she? You guys, she is phenomenal. Anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. I just wanted to say thank you for letting me into your group, into your space. Thank you, Kathy, again, for letting me talk to you and being open with me. If there's anyone else you guys want to see interviewed, please put it below in the comments because I want to be here for you and share some more people. I don't think anyone's going to compare, to be honest, but we're going to try. All right, guys, have a great day.